Hello and welcome to week 4 on Thursday of the Creative Campfire. I am so happy that we are here today. Again, our theme for this week is um, what is our theme? Rituals of Radiance. That's what it is. Rituals of Radiance. So we are going to be doing a little mini ritual of self-care before we get into our creativity. So I'm going to show you how to use a Gua Sha stone. If you don't have a Gua Sha stone, you could actually use a spoon and just use, the regular round part of the spoon, use the edge of the spoon the same way that I'll be using the Gua Sha stone. Gua Sha stones come in many different shapes, and you honestly can use them uh, for the whole body. You can use them just on your face, and there's so many wonderful reasons to use a Gua Sha. So Gua Sha helps massage our face muscles. It helps boost circulation in the skin, which helps increase um, our muscle health and wellness. It also promotes collagen and elastin and moves the lymph through our body, and just helps the overall health and wellness of our skin. So in using a gua sha, it helps work the muscles of our neck, our face, our eye area, um, and in doing so, it's going to make our skin glowing and healthy. Um, I have found that in creating this practice, this little mini ritual practice, that honestly, I only maybe do it once a week. I don't do it that regularly, but using nice nourishing oils for my skin. I use like a nice carrier oil like sweet almond or argan oil or olive oil. All of those are wonderfully rich and nutrient for our skin. Um, and healing and soothing with some essential oils helps nourish the skin and feed the skin nutrients that it needs. The essential oils work on a cellular level to help heal and repair. Frankincense is amazing for cellular turnover, cellular renewal, and cellular health. So I love to use a little frankincense, maybe some other oils in there as well. And to really treat my skin that way. So one thing I love to talk about is like when I was in my early 20s, I had a pretty stressful job. I worked catering. I had done catering since high school. Started with weddings and things like that. Worked in the kitchen at one point for that, doing deliveries, all the things. Then basically paid my way through college that way, and then junior year of college, I got a job as the assistant catering manager of a cafe in Boston. Um, so I was just doing corporate deliveries, lunches, breakfasts, and whatnot on my days off from school. So, and then I fell straight into that and kept doing it after college. And being 20 something and in charge of eventually a whole cafe, a couple cafes, and running the catering department, I had a pretty stressful job. I had a pretty busy job. I took myself a little seriously and I did a lot of furrowing of my brow. And it's hard to see now, but I used to the lines in between. I called it pie because I had like two very defined lines and then like a little one like this. And it was in there. Like when I was in resting face, you could really see it. You can barely see it now. Like it's almost non-existent. Like you can almost see a little bit right there. I contribute my essential oil blend using and things like gua sha because it strengthened my skin. It strengthened the muscles and the health of my skin. And in doing so, a lot of the wrinkles that I had younger, and my forehead was pretty wrinkled from furrowing my brow, from being expressive. I have a tendency to raise an eyebrow. So, that's probably why I got pie. Um, I still do that. I am still an expressive person, but I'm feeding my skin. I've always been a more dry skin, so the drier your skin is, the more the wrinkles show. But in nourishing my skin, in taking care of it with these amazing oils, I'm feeding it, I'm giving it the nutrients it needs so that it's not so dry. My skin is not nearly as dry as it used to be. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a carrier oil or serum and massage it into my face and my neck. And I may want to say a little, make this a bit of a mini ritual. I may want to say a little affirmation. I honor my beauty and my inner light, or whatever affirmation comes to you. I even put a little on the back of my neck because I like to start with the back of my neck. I have a tendency to do my gua sha at the end of the day. It's just more convenient for me. Having a kid, I have a tendency to hit the ground running in the morning. So, first, I'll take the gua sha and just kind of scrape up and down on the neck. This just helps relax those tension, the muscles. You can kind of go into your shoulder if you need. When it comes to gua sha on the body, so the neck, the back, the legs, it's more of a heavy and they really scrape. Gua sha means skin scraping. And I just do some strokes on the back to kind of loosen up those muscles, wake it, relax it a bit, get some tweaks out. I have a bit of a tweak in my shoulder here, which I'll probably go to that later. But all right, there we go. So neck is kind of warmed up. I'm going to do one side of my face and then we'll go through again. I like to slowly massage and breathe and be intentional about what I'm doing. Think about what I'm doing. Okay, so it's just doing a couple strokes. And actually, you can do your whole neck at once. You just basically, you don't want to press too hard. When it comes to your face and neck, you're just scraping the skin up. Think of it kind of like ironing out the skin. Okay. And you can work that jawline too. Yeah, like you just saw me here on that side. So at this point, I'm turning it sideways. And I'm going along the jaw to really define that jawline. Doing it about 3 times, and then I'm going to give a little wiggle at the end there. Then I'm going to do from the center, we're going to scrape out 2, 3. And you can give a little wiggle. The mouth area, and I carry it all the way to the ear. Just feel the relaxation. Now, this next move, I like to define the cheek. So I come down the nose, pull out from there and up. And you can see that. Give a little definition right here. Give a little wiggle. Now the eye area, we're going to be really gentle. You can see I'm just barely touching. So we're just barely touching. We're going to keep that defined area down here, and we're just going to smooth out the top of the cheek. And give a wiggle. Now, I also like to do, I work the whole eye area. Not everybody does this. So I do the eye and I pull up and then out. And I do a couple extra in this area because it feels so good. I always do at least 3 and then scrape it out. And I give a wiggle as I'm doing the corner of the eye to the hairline. It just kind of feels amazing. You can see a difference already. Now for the forehead, I'm going to start between the eyebrows, doing a couple scrapes up, doing a couple scrapes out to the side and the other side. So I'm working out those 11s. I'm ironing out my 11s, right? And then I'm going to do my full whole forehead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So within seconds, I've done that whole side of my face. You can kind of see, you can see a lifting of the brow. You can see a lifting of the cheek, that definition. Not the best lighting. This is the shadowy side of my face, but we'll do the other side now. So defining the jaw. 3, give a wiggle to the chin. 3, that's enough. 1, 2, 3. And now define that cheek. 1, 2, 3. Give a wiggle. Very gently under the eye. 1, 2, 3. Do the brow. 1, 2, 3. Wiggle. 2, 3. And we're going to do our 11s. And then the whole head. And as you can see, super fast, especially as you get used to it. Now, I like to also flush down so you go around the ears, because the reason we were doing the wiggles at the end is we're moving the lymph, and then you want to flush down the ears and out. I'm going to go down the other side. 1, to help move the lymph from the main areas, and then just kind of across the chest. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just kind of pump your armpit area, because that's the main spot where lymph really gets clumped up. So super fast, really easy ritual, makes your skin glow. You're gonna feel a little tingly almost, because you've increased the circulation, the blood flows flowing to the skin, everything's gonna move better, faster, and you have that radiance. So you could do this daily, you can do it weekly. It's just a really nice way to give yourself a little self-care, a little love, help your inner radiance shine through, help your skin health, and nourish your body. So that is why we might want to do that. It helps you feel radiant, feel beautiful. Yeah. And this week's creative prompt, we are going to create a radiant self-portrait. Now, before you freak out, it does not have to be a perfect rendition of who you are, a perfectly drawn, structurally fantastic self-portrait. What I would love to see is maybe an abstract or unique interpretation of you. So maybe you draw yourself, but draw, what does your inner glow look like? Who are you? What are some words and symbols that represent you that you could incorporate in this painting or this drawing? Celebrate who you are. Celebrate what makes you you. What is the important parts of you? And just create something magical, something beautiful, something that shows your radiance, your glowing beauty, and your uniqueness. And that could be abstract, it could be a symbol, and Yeah, just have some fun with it. You don't even have to actually show your face. You could have it like from your back perspective, looking at the things that make you you, or you could do a side, side view. Um, you could even take a photo and then paint around it the things that make you you, right? So and again, in the abstract, using color to represent, using symbols to represent things that are important to you. So I would love to see that creation once you do it. And I hope you have fun with it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have fun creating.